And now we have a ground here. Okay, now I'm going to make little sections of the blocks that are going to float underneath. This is going to be on editor layer number 2 and group 3 instead of 2, which is going to have a different X mod. Say 0.4, that's 40% of the player's speed. So it's going to shoot a lot faster along the bottom there. I'm gonna have to extend it out a little bit. This can have a different X mod here. We can put like 0.8, so it moves slower than the other layer above it. So now we kind of have a little bit of variance in our ground. Just to speed things up a little bit, I might just scale up with the lock on, so all of the aspect ratios are kept. And I can make bigger layers, which are going to be spaced below. And this is going to be on group number 5, which I can set to another mod here. So we're just trying to make some pretty interesting shapes on the ground. And I think this kind of works, as long as we add some extra effects to it. So we're going to add all of the moving objects to group number 6. That's going to be the little horizontal and vertical pillars underneath. We're going to put down an area scale, which is going to make it so these objects go down in scale as we get to them on an ease in out. It's going to be pretty long in its length. Targeting number 6 around the player, and as we get there, the object should shrink, which is going to make a pretty cool ground pattern here, I think. Making sure this is touch triggered so it doesn't break anything in the editor, because this trigger is pretty volatile, I'm not going to lie. If you set the scale to super small, we should get some interesting little shapes under the ground, and the pillars don't really work well with it. So we can go select the pillars themselves, since we changed the editor layer, change it away from group number 6 and put 7 instead. And this 7 can be a bit bigger on the scale, something like 0.5, number 7. And now we'll see a bit of difference in the ground. I think this is pretty cool. I like the layering on it a lot. I like how these squares overlap each other. I think it works pretty well. Zooming out, this is how it works. You can see the squares are shrinking as we get to them. At the end of the song, we can just select any objects that don't make it onto the screen, which is going to be all of these.